Hey, hey, you guys. Okay, Friday. We love Fridays, right? How are you? Has it been a good week? Rough week? Just been a week, you know? I love that thing that floats around Facebook every so often that just says nothing ruins your Friday like realizing it's Wednesday. Anyway, we're here. We've made it. It's been a good week. And, okay, did you watch, like, the shows? The girls are so good. And I love Monday's show with Joan included in there and just all the stuff they talked about and the stuff you would tell your 20 and 30-year-old selves. You know what? There are times I'm glad I'm not in the studio because I'm like, those are hard questions, man. Like, Melinda, this is like the hot seat. But it was so good, and I love listening to them. They're all so wise and so full of great knowledge. And I'm like, I would tell myself, do not ever dye your hair blonde. Because you were not meant to be blonde, as the good Lord decided, you know, at birth. He knows stuff, man. Anyhow, okay, so if you haven't watched it, please, you gotta watch it. I'm realizing that my hair, you guys, look it. I was gonna just stop and redo this, but I'm not going to. Here's why. We're all in this together. I don't know what to do with my hair. I've got flyaways everywhere. Oh, and let me tell you something. When you move far, far away, it is very hard, it's bugging me, to find a hairdresser, a hairstylist. That's what they're called now, right? Hairstylist? Yes. Especially when you went to a hairstylist, your most favorite person, and for like 20 years. I miss my Jeannie. She was so beautiful and so great. I miss her. I love her with all my heart. Anyway, there is not a Jeannie here in Franklin. No, she's in Canada. So sometimes, you know, it's hard and you just kind of go by recommendation or, you know, you Google. That's what you got to do. And then sometimes it's not maybe right for you. And you realize that. And then it's not good. So then you have to re-Google even better places so that someone will fix your hair. So my hair was growing and doing okay, and I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna have it, you know, cut a little bit, and it was not an okay situation, and that's fine. But then I had to go somewhere else for them to fix it, and in order to fix it, they're like, we gotta chop it right off. I'm like, okay, that's fine. So I am taking like every hair growing vitamin and actually using hair grow shampoo. I am. And it's not bad. There's nothing wrong with it, but I was just so excited it was growing. Okay, that's my hair story, only because it's bugging me and I can see, you know, I am not high tech here, you guys. I am on my laptop. Anyway, we just spent 3 minutes talking about my hair, which is no big deal, except that look at the gray. Oh, Jesus, help me. Okay, so, what would you tell your 20 and 30-year-old self? Oh, you know what? Lots of things, actually. I feel like when I was 20, my life was a little bit different. I feel like we were just, my dad was a preacher, and then half the time we spent traveling and singing, my dad preaching in churches. It was just so good. The experiences we had with my mom and dad were amazing. And I wouldn't trade it. I just really wouldn't, even though probably at the time I would be like, I just want to stay home and take swimming lessons. But that's not what we did. That wasn't our life. But I feel like some of the other girls said too, just probably to believe in myself more, to have more confidence, which I still tell my 43-year-old self. That has not really changed. Believe in yourself a little bit more. Have a bit more confidence. Some days I think I have it, and other days I'm like, yeah, I'm not so great. Maybe that, and just, I don't know. Yeah, not dye your hair blonde. But mostly just go for it. I wanted to be a makeup artist, believe it or not. Especially, don't believe it today when I don't even wear eyeliner or anything. That's what I wanted to do and be. And that never happened. Never went to school for that. Never happened. Things I did go to school for, I never actually worked in. because my life changed, because I got married and I had children, and that's the way it went. Sometimes God interrupts our plans and our ideas, which I think is actually okay. But then I have wondered over the years, like, maybe would have been a good one, would have been okay. But it's okay. The journey of my life is where it's at now, and I've learned so many things and grown so much as a person, and know that there's more growth to be done. That while, I wish some things had been different, when I look back and realize all that God has done, then no, I wouldn't, because I wouldn't be who I am without learning what I've learned. But what I would tell my 20 and 30 and 43-year-old self, and probably my 50, 60, and 70-year-old self, is to trust Jesus more. Not that I don't trust him, but I am such a human girl, and I can say, I trust you, and at the same time, just kind of hold it back a little bit and go, but mostly I trust you. If there's anything that my parents did and taught well, even though the human child doubts still sometimes, that's also what I would tell my 20 and 30-year-old self, is listen to your parents more. They're not actually stupid. Be kinder to your parents. I wasn't as kind to them. Listen to them. Every time my dad has said, well, kid, this is where the rubber meets the road. Either you trust them or you don't. And every time my mom and dad said, this is your relationship with Jesus, you don't get in on our coattail. Who do you think he is? What is your relationship with him? Nurture, learn, love Jesus. Trust him. He can be trusted. And to hear you and to walk with you. He never promised that life would be perfect. He promised that he'd be with us. And sometimes I forget that. I have yelled at him. I have told him what my plans and my life should look like many, many times. I've had my yelling matches with God when I just wouldn't lay down and trust him more. And every time I look back through the seasons of life and the stuff I've been through, and he's in it all. And I am so glad that sometimes he just did not take my advice, and that he just knows better. And that if I would relax and rest in that, I think that's going to be our theme this fall, you guys, is resting and relaxing in where we're at in the moment, but in who Jesus is. It's been a crazy day for me, like just kind of running here and there and everywhere, and the house is actually full of children right now. I've threatened all of their lives. Don't anyone make a noise. They're all here. We have our days. We have our stuff. There's things happening with friends, and there's things in family. Like, there's just things. And it's just not always blissful, right? But with Jesus, it's peaceful. Even though it can be chaotic, it's his peace in our heart that I just wish I would rest more in that. There's this old song. It just came to me right now. My dad and my mom have heard sing it forever, and that older generation. Can we please bring back some of that stuff? But just that song that's just like, the longer I serve him, the sweeter he grows. The more I trust him, his love he bestows, or something like that. Each day's like heaven, my heart overflows. The longer I serve him, the sweeter he grows. And I can say that now at 43, that is so true. And if I'm ever feeling lost, and if I'm ever feeling, where are you, God? I know without a shadow of a doubt, it's not for a moment that he has walked away from me, but that I've loosened my grip. And that I've taken some steps back thinking, I got this covered. I can handle it. And I can't. Not without him. So 20-year-old self, and 30-year-old self, and 43-year-old self, and 50, and 60, and 70, and 80-year-old self. Trust Jesus. know Jesus. Take it from here and into here. Let it so penetrate our hearts, my heart. Oh God, like penetrate my heart. That is what, more than anything, and that's what I want to tell my 13 and 16 and 17 and 21-year-old children and all their years. You can trust Jesus. It's about Jesus. It's about Jesus. This whole life, whether I was a makeup artist or a stay-at-home mom or selling odor control, that's my job, you guys, or working with single moms and dads, or talking to you through this show, it's all about Jesus. It all comes down to him and you and me and him and you and me and him and you and me every single day. My dad and mom got that so right. They love Jesus and they love people. And they live in a townhouse because they love Jesus and they love people. And they would rather give to Jesus to help people than have all the stuff. And they have been like that forever. So that's what I would tell myself, which I'm still telling myself. And so probably so many other things. Okay, but last week at the end of my, what do we call this thing that I'm doing? Our chat? I said, pull out Psalm 91 probably, because we'll probably chat about it. And I don't know why it came to me. You know, it's been one of my mom's favorite verses, chapters forever. And I kind of reread it and thought, there's just some good stuff. So let's read it. Now, I'm reading right now out of the New Living Translation because I like it. And then never mind, you'll see. Hang on. We're just chatting, right? You guys are going to be like, she is the least polished girl on See Hear Love. She's got to get her act together. I am not putting on my glasses today, so I am going to squint and I'm going to hold this far away because I don't want to put them on. I'm like a child. Psalm 91. Can we just open our heart, like seriously, and take it to heart? Those who live in the shelter of the Most High will find rest in the shadow of the Almighty. This I declare about the Lord. He alone is my refuge, my place of safety. He is my God, and I trust him. For he will rescue you from every trap and protect you from deadly disease. He will cover you with his feathers. He will shelter you with his wings. His faithful promises are your armor and protection. Do not be afraid of the terrors of the night, nor the arrow that flies in the day. Do not dread the disease that stalks in darkness, nor the disaster that strikes at midday. Though 1,000 fall at your side, though 10,000 are dying around you, these evils will not touch you. Just open your eyes and see how the wicked are punished. If you make the Lord your refuge, if you make the Most High your shelter, no evil will conquer you. No plague will come near your home, for he will order his angels to protect you wherever you go. They will uphold you with their hands, so you won't even hurt your foot on a stone. You will trample upon lions and cobras. You will crush fierce lions and serpents under your feet. The Lord says, I will rescue those who love me. I will protect those who trust in my name. When they call on me, I will answer. I will be with them in trouble. I will rescue and honor them. I will reward them with a long life and give them my salvation. Of course, you know I have read this in many versions, and I always go to the Message because I just like it because it's simple from my brain. But that last part there just says, if you'll hold on to me for dear life, says God, I'll get you out of any trouble. I'll give you the best of care. If you'll only get to know and trust me. Call me and I'll answer. Be at your side in bad times. I'll rescue you, then throw you a party. I'll give you a long life, give you a long dream of salvation. Okay, hang on. Call me and I'll answer. Be at your side in bad times. I'll rescue you, then throw you a party. I love that. All right. Anything that says I'll throw you a party, I'm like, I'm in. I'm in. Guys, it's not perfect life. God even promises that. He even says in his word, in this world you will have trouble, but take heart. I've overcome the world. Take heart, not take discouragement, not take anger, not take bitterness, not take revenge. Take heart, take peace, take me. I've overcome the world, so you can trust me and you can rest in me. So I think that's what, more than anything at this point in my life, and I know there's so much more to learn, but 43-year-old self, rest in me, Kim. Rest in me. In the daily nitty-gritty stuff. Rest in me. Rest in my promise. I will take care of you and give you a long life of salvation. I love it. I'm getting my preach on. I know that, you guys. I'm a Pentecostal preacher's kid, so honestly. So that's what 20-year-old self, 30-year-old self, 40, 50, 60, guys, trust him. Rest in him. Take him at his word. These promises, they're so good. Okay, I've talked way too long, but that's mine for today. Just to trust him more. Oh, to trust him more. And rest in his goodness and rest in his promises. I love you all so much. And I so love when you tell me where your hearts are at and when you just go, oh, yes, okay, I needed that too. Because I sometimes go, I don't know if anyone else needs this, but I need this. And I just love to hear where you're at and just love to do life with you. So let's just do that. Trust him more. Rest in him more. Love you. I'll see you soon. Bye.